Hey everybody, welcome to another Monday Reviews. Today we're checking out a Code 11 replica of the Crye Precision SPC Air Light Plate Carrier. This is pretty good representation of the SPC. I do not have firsthand experience with them, but I've seen plenty of pictures, and it looks very close to the pictures. This was $90 at the Bunker D14. My youngest son, who's getting into the game, he bought this because he wanted a plate carrier that was lightweight, breathable, and looked really cool. So this kind of hit those wickets for him. The whole thing is made of this like lattice work, like laser cut. It's roughly about a 550D Cordura. I think the real plate carrier is a laminate, and that will make it just a little bit lighter. Not by a ton, but yeah. If you were to buy this as a Crye product, you would just get the plate bags. You would have to buy your Cummerbund separate. You have to buy your flaps separate and build it from there. This guy comes with, it came with this front flap. Normally it comes with just this one, but this was like a special package deal at the Bunker, and they added this reproduction of this Crye flap, as you see right here. So this is the AVS elastic one. Some differences, very minor. Review for this will be coming sooner than later. It is compatible with real AVS flaps, which makes it pretty cool. So if you have some of those products laying around, you can switch and move around. It is expandable for bigger guys. It can go down for smaller guys, like you'll see in a moment on my son, because this is his. It's already been shrunk down for him. The Cummerbund is like a thermoplastic. It is not Tigris or anything like that, or Curve. It's just this like thermoplastic the Chinese use a lot. Nothing super fancy. It's not horrid, but it's not great. There's a little bit like of a bin built into this side. When it came shipped, it was like shipped like that in the bag, pushed down. It's starting to kind of come out, but you don't notice it when you're wearing it, but you notice it when it's sitting without real plates in it. There are real 10x12 multi-curve plates in here right now, and that's what, when you see in a moment my son do a turnaround for you so you can see how it fits, that's what he had in here too. Cummerbund is your typical SPC style. It's got this shank thing that goes into this tube, this tunnel right here, which you'll see in a second. You just slide it in like so, bring that down, and that's how your structure starts. As far as structured Cummerbunds go, it's okay. It's just not the best because it's not real Tigris. I would actually probably swap this out eventually for him, get him a real Cummerbund. It can run a 3-strand JPC style Cummerbund, or AVS 3-strand. I'll show you that in a moment in the back. On the front, we have two 1-inch strips of loop that are multicam, so they'll look cool with plates. You're just going to see this black here. Now, I think S&S Precision makes, or First Spear makes like this plate sock thing you can cover your plates in, so where there'll be multicam. That's kind of cool. Not necessary, but it is there. This will hold a 3x5, as you saw already. This is my son's pirate flag. He likes it. That's his jam. On the front, we have a big loop field, which is for adding your front flaps or placards, as well as danglers. He's got a Plat Attack ASAT dump pouch on here right now, because he is my kid, and he's watched me do this for so long. He's kind of adopted some of my same idiosyncrasies. Cummerbund, like I said, is okay. It's not the best. It is lined with loop on the backside, meaning we could run axle orbitals. I'll put a card if you want to see those. They're pretty cool. They'll fold down and Velcro to this, and he can switch his kit around. So that's kind of nice. I'm glad it has that. So if he wants to keep this Cummerbund, he can. As far as modeling on this Cummerbund, it was kind of a pain in the ass, but it's doable. He's kind of like really got to get up under this Cordura that's stitched down. Stitching's okay. It's stress stitched in a lot of the important spots, except for one, which I'll show you in a moment. Inside of the plate bag, we have this like mesh material. Now, when I have the real plates in here, it kind of creates this like trampoline effect. It doesn't do that with the fake foam plates, the mediums. I think that's because they don't have like a curve to them. I like this though, because when you're wearing it, it does kind of give a little bit of an offset between you and the plate. It does help some breathability and some airflow, which is nice. The whole thing about this plate carrier is about lightweightness and airflow. And so this mesh is good. Sides here are 4-inch elastic. This is that stress point I was talking about. I don't think these are stitched nearly as robustly as I would like them to be. Just looks like they're a simple single or double stitch. So I have a concern that this will be the area that starts to separate or break away from this before the other things do, and then you have a useless plate bag that's not usable. I could be completely wrong though. It might hold up. It'd be fantastic. And I don't know if the real SPC has the same styling. I actually want to get my hands on a real one now. Kind of think about buying my own for me and kind of see how that works to see if it's similar. The shoulders are nothing to write home about. They are just simple shoulders. It is like a shoulder sock, but it does come with them. It's just simple fabric. There's no padding whatsoever here. It's just there to cover up the shoulder adjustment point, which is this simple Velcro adjuster. You just unvelcro that and take it apart. It's like a little sandwich. We will be upgrading those for him because that sucks. Rear plate bag. But the shoulders are similar to a JPC otherwise. They're like this little JPC style shouldering. Rear plate bag. Let's talk about that without shaking the camera too much. So the rear plate bag is kind of cool. It is a zipper system like the JPC 2.0 and the AVS. I have an IDO gear on here. This is something I gave my son because he didn't have a back panel or anything, and I wanted to be able to carry water. But it does zip on and off. This is the back of the bag. Like I said, it's this laser cut lattice. You have 3 rows of 1-inch loop across the back, so you can put patches on there if you want, whatever you need to do. You can run regular MOLLE on here, or you can just use the zippers like so. It is real Crye compatible because this IDO gear is, and it zips on there just fine. As far as the Cummerbund goes, like I mentioned, you can run a 3-strand. There is a pass-through right here for the third strand of the Cummerbund. So you can run a JPC Cummerbund, or you could get one of the 3-strand new R series Cummerbunds that should work with this, because I believe they have the exact same little pass-through on the front from what I saw in the pictures. So I'm kind of curious about that. So I might even get a 3-strand R series structural Cummerbund to run with this and see how that works. Who knows? As far as the Cummerbund goes, easy to adjust, just like a JPC. You've got the shock cord here, passes through this little hole in the plate bag, right there, and then you tie it off and secure it. We have it maxed out, shoved all the way to each side, so and then tied down, so it'll fit him. Like I said, you're going to see him. That is my son doing a turnaround for you. You can see it fits pretty good. He's around a 34.5 to 36-inch waist, depending on the pants. And it fits him pretty good. He's not a huge kid. He's not a small kid. He's kind of somewhere in the middle. He's a little of a hoss. And the plate carrier fits him really well. All right, so overall, I think it's a cool little plate carrier. If you're on a budget, you might be able to get away with something like this. It will hold real plates, as you can see, because we have the triple curve 10x12s in here. I am supremely confident a large SAPI plate, E-SAPI plate, would go in here with no problem, because there's still some flexibility room in the bags as far as the plate because of that elastic. It might poke out a little more here on the side, like right here, if you rent a large. But with a medium, it is just a little small. So it almost feels like these plate bags were copied off of a large plate bag and not a medium, which is very rare for Chinese stuff. Cummerbund has a decent amount of expansion. I was able to even fit it on my big ass fairly comfortably, actually, before I adjusted it down for my son. So that's kind of cool. And the shoulders were able to adjust out enough for my frame and be good to go. Overall, I like the fact that it's compatible with actual AVS flaps and AVS components. I like that it is compatible with 3-strand and 2-strand Cummerbunds. Overall, it seems to be a fairly faithful representation of a Crye Precision SPC. So if you're an airsofter and you're looking for just a really kind of Gucci looking plate carrier that maybe not everybody has, if you are someone who wants to play in warmer months with a plate carrier on but don't want to die and be a giant sweat monster, you might want to look into this because it is very breathable and is considerably lighter than most plate carriers, even with all kitted out and everything on it. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. I hope you got something out of this review. As always, man, get out there, play some airsoft, LARP Smarter, not harder. Be a bunch of nerds. Hopefully I'll see you on the field. Peace.